To the untrained eye, the domestic cat is a creature of inscrutable whims and sudden, sharp movements. But to the keen observer, every twitch of a whisker is a calculated transmission. We often walk through our homes believing we are the masters of the domain, yet we are living alongside an apex predator that has spent 10,000 years refining a silent lexicon designed specifically for us. When your cat looks at you, they are not merely seeing a provider of food, they are assessing a partner in a complex social contract. The first thing your cat is saying to you often comes in a form that we humans tragically misinterpret as a threat. The iconic arched back and puffed out fur known as the Halloween cat. While we see a miniature monster ready to strike, the biological reality is a profound admission of vulnerability. This is not the posture of a hunter, but the desperate defense of a creature experiencing a surge of genuine fear. By engaging the sympathetic nervous system to trigger piloerection, the standing of the hair, the cat is attempting to manipulate the visual perception of its size to deter a perceived threat. It is a silent plea for space, an admission that their internal world has been momentarily shattered by a sudden noise or an unfamiliar shadow. When we view this through cat-colored glasses, we stop seeing aggression and start seeing a soul in need of reassurance and a quiet environment to reset its high-strung nervous system. Beyond the dramatic arch of the back lies a much more subtle and heartwarming signal that most owners inadvertently betray: the belly-up display. We see our dogs roll over and we immediately interpret it as an invitation for a tummy rub. Yet when we apply this dog-colored logic to our felines, we are often met with claws and teeth. This gesture, which I call the cat hug, is perhaps the most sophisticated emotional transmission in the feline repertoire. By exposing the midline, the most vulnerable part of their anatomy, containing all vital organs, the cat is performing a ritual of radical trust. In the wild, to show one's belly to a larger creature is to invite a lethal strike. In your living room, it is a testament to the safety they feel in your presence. When your cat lies on their back, they aren't asking for physical contact. They are telling you that they believe you would never harm them. It is a mutual show of risk-taking, much like a human hug, where two people expose their midlines to one another in a show of emotional bond. To reach in and grab that belly is to violate that sacred trust, turning a moment of deep connection into a defensive skirmish. We must learn to honor the look but don't touch policy of the feline midline, acknowledging that their silence is actually a profound declaration of love and security. By respecting these boundaries, we transition from being mere owners to becoming true guardians of their emotional well-being, understanding that their body language is a constant stream of data reflecting their internal state of peace or peril. The domestic interior serves as a private kingdom where the cat acts as both sovereign and sentinel, and its most expressive tool of communication is often the one we understand the least: the tail. While a dog's wag is a universal symbol of joy, the feline tail operates on a completely different frequency of biomechanical feedback. When you observe your cat's tail beginning to twitch or thump against the floor, They are not expressing happiness. They are broadcasting a buildup of internal static. This kinetic pulse is the physical manifestation of emotional agitation or sensory overstimulation. It is as if the environmental energy they absorb, the sounds of the street, the scent of a passing visitor, or even the repetitive motion of your hand petting them, gets trapped within their nervous system and seeks an exit through the tail. This rhythmic lashing is a warning light on a biological dashboard, signaling that the cat is reaching its threshold for physical contact. We often experience this through what is known as overstimulation aggression. You may be sitting on the sofa, lost in the rhythmic comfort of stroking your companion's fur, when suddenly a sharp bite terminates the session. This isn't a random act of malice. It is the cat's way of saying, enough. Their sensory receptors, far more delicate than our own, have become overwhelmed, and the biting is a desperate attempt to reset their personal boundaries. Understanding this biology of touch requires us to recognize the cat as a house philosopher who values quality over quantity. This same energy buildup can manifest as play aggression, where your ankles become the target of a sudden, lightning-fast ambush. Through the feline lens, this is a clear communication that the house predator is bored and understimulated. Without a constructive outlet for their hunting instincts, their focus shifts to the only moving targets available, you. They are not being bad cats. They are simply expressing an evolutionary need to engage their muscles and sharpen their reflexes. This midnight energy is part of their ancestral perimeter patrol, a biological drive that keeps them vigilant even when the household sleeps. During these hours, cats utilize a state of micro-wakefulness, where their senses remain finely tuned to the subtle shifts in the home's atmosphere. They can sense the drop in your heart rate as you enter deep sleep, or the faint vibration of a distant door, positioning themselves as guardians of the inner sanctuary. This sense of duty extends to the way they mark their territory and their people. Perhaps the most misunderstood signal of all is when a cat chooses to urinate outside the litter box, specifically on a shared surface like a couch or bed. While humans often interpret this as an act of spite or hate, the biological motivation is rooted in profound insecurity. An insecure cat feels the need to mingle their scent with yours, creating a group scent that reaffirms your bond. By saturating a piece of furniture that smells strongly of you with their own pheromones, they are essentially saying, "You and me, we are compadres. We are part of the same safe colony." It is a desperate attempt to feel secure in a world that feels momentarily overwhelming. When we take off our human-colored glasses and view these behaviors through a lens of evolutionary biology, we see that every accident or attack is actually a sophisticated attempt to maintain the social and territorial integrity of their home. They are communicating their needs, their fears, and their loyalties through a complex language of scents and strikes that we are only just beginning to truly decode. The true legacy of the feline-human bond is written in the subtle, enduring signals of devotion that transcend the boundaries of species. When we finally look at our companions through cat-colored glasses, we realize that their lives are not a series of random wins, but a dedicated effort to integrate us into their ancient social structures. Whether it is the Halloween cat communicating its internal fear through the involuntary rising of its fur, or the cat that pees on a shared blanket to mingle its identity with ours during times of stress, every action is a bridge across the evolutionary divide. We must learn to cherish the cat hug, that profound display of the vulnerable midline, not as a physical invitation, but as the ultimate signature of emotional trust. By recognizing the static energy building in a thumping tail, or the calculated ambush of a play-starved hunter, we acknowledge the cat's reality as a sophisticated predator whose instincts remain sharply intact even within the modern home. These 6 signals are the keys to a kingdom of mutual respect, where the cat is no longer a bad cat or a misunderstood housemate, but a devoted sentinel watching over our shared sanctuary. The feline heart is a fragile yet devoted engine, beating with a loyalty that is often felt more than it is heard. In the quiet moments of the night, in the greeting of the dawn, your cat is speaking to you of safety, territory, and a bond that has survived 10 millennia. If you found this journey into the feline mind enlightening, please like, subscribe, and share your own stories of connection in the comments below. Together, we can continue to master the silent language of the cute cat class.